G'day, welcome to the CRL show. Paul Arundel and Jeff Stevenson back for another episode. A bit of wet weather about, but we did get some footy around the traps. Jeff, did you get out and see anything?
Oh, a lot of the things I wanted to go see were cancelled, unfortunately. Yeah. So, I was keen to go catch some local rugby league, but it was good that BarTV was there, where the games were on, up the Gold Coast and down the south a little bit. So, no, it was great to watch it on BarTV.
Yeah, we'll tuck into the highlights shortly. There was a few games out west that got underway, and a lot up at Queensland got washed out.
Yeah.
But, it was good that we did get a few games on. There was a bit touch and go with the Gold Coast, and they quickly moved all the games, A-grade games, to Tugun, and, they'll be happy that they got another round in up there.
It was good to see. We seem to have this pattern of bad weather. Yeah. People working really hard to get some games going. So because otherwise we'll just lose half the season.
Yeah. Well, we'll go to the Gold Coast first. It was round 6 of the Q-Top Premiership, and it was played at Tugun's ground, and Ormo v Southport. Pretty even contest this. Ormo led for a fair chunk in the first half, but then Southport ran out winners 34-16. The second game of the day was Mudgee Bar v Helensvale, and the Redbacks winning 34-24. A couple of hat-tricks from Liam Joseph for the Hornets, and T. Rangy McDonald picked up a hat-trick for the Mudgee Bar Redbacks too. So
yeah, they're looking very sharp. Looked like a lot of sort of set plays and stuff going on there. It's a great win.
This was actually the first game of the day, was Currumbin and Burleigh, and Burleigh looked like they were going to rack up a big score against the Eagles early. But Currumbin hung in there and fought hard and ended up being a 2-point ball game, 30-28, Burleigh over Currumbin.
It was really like a magic round up there, wasn't it, when you think about it?
Yeah.
All at the one ground.
And the last game was the match of the round, Runaway Bay v Tugun, the Seahawks winning 22-14. It was actually Runaway Bay home game, played at Tugun.
Yeah.
And well done to Ronan Byrne, who commentated this from the clock tower where this camera's being shot. So it's hard enough trying to call games as it is, but to call front on would have been a real tough effort. Yeah. So well done to Ronan Byrne.
And in that kind of cookie cutter world of NRRRL coverage and sort of professional coverage, I really like getting a different angle. Yeah. Sometimes, it's really great to watch the game from that front-on view. It's hard to commentate, but great to watch.
It's honestly, if I'm not involved in the media, I prefer to sit behind the goalpost and watch, because you see the gaps. And
you see with the halves, actually, there's little nuances in their game you don't notice until you're sort of watching them from front on.
We'll go to Illawarra next. This was round 1. A washout from round 1. Only 2 games got underway, and the Sydney Derby was Cronulla Caringbah v De La Salle.
The Battle of Caringbah, because I think De La Salle juniors call themselves Caringbah as well.
De La Salle winning 20-6, and then Collies hosted Corrimal, and they racked up a big score, 62-4 over the Cougars. A couple of entertaining tries, really, but Collies, they look like
kicks.
They're going to be the favourites again for the title down there at Illawarra.
Yeah, this is a great try. Just express pace down the sideline.
Touchy's doing well to keep up. He's out of shot now.
Now the ball boy had no chance at that ground.
Samuel McCann got a hat trick for Collies too. So good result for them. And that was round 1 of Illawarra, even though it's like, what's the 3rd, 4th week in?
Well, I was going to say, at least they got a few games this week, because it would be disappointing if they had to cancel again.
It was the catch-up round 2 of the Newcastle Rugby League Denton Engineering Cup, and Carrot Holland in at fullback for the Scorps. Just a little show, and who didn't really even show.
No, they bought it, whatever it was. They purchased it.
Yeah, Macquarie were too strong for Curry Bulldogs, 30-0. This is probably the pick of the tries. Really good stuff from the Scorps, and they played 50 minutes or 55 minutes with 12 men with Darren Tracy's son. Bobby Tracy being sent off, so he could be in a bit of trouble actually. This game down at EDSAC, South Newcastle over the entrance, a close one, but the Lions, they got the point 16-12, and
Souths have been a bit of a smoky this year. Maybe they're my smoky this year. They've actually been under the radar a bit.
Yep, they're right up there. I think they're in 3rd.
Yeah.
This game, Central got the valuable 2 points down there at Wyong. The Roos very tough to beat down there at Morrie Breen, and Central got the points 22-14. Another good try.
Yeah, some surprises around that some of these. So Central playing quite well, Souths, and like, sort of reaching, it was quite the halfway mark, something like that. We're getting close.
Yeah, round 8 this weekend, so yeah, almost halfway, and obviously Maitland Pickers are way out in front, but look, even Lakes, Curry and West, who are down the bottom, there's still a chance to sneak in.
It's endemic of the Denton Engineering Cup. It's often a very congested ladder. Yeah. And it'll be interesting to see how the second half of the comp goes.
Yeah, well, that was all the highlights from this weekend on BarTV Sports. If you want to watch any of the games back, just go to bartvsports.com.au. First grade down to the lower grades, and also obviously Group 7. What else do we do? NRRRL.
Yeah. NRRRL.
Sunshine
warming
Coast.
Up. Yeah, Sunshine Coast. Yeah. It's sort of a new one to taste another part of the rugby league world.
Yeah, so that's all the highlights, mate. We may as well tuck into around the groups.
Yes, now, I've been quite busy. There's not a lot of other news because I've been so busy trying to put together our politician special, the Politician Rugby League 13.
It almost needs its own segment.
Yes, definitely. Of course, the election's on this week, so some of you might be able to vote for. There's some that have long gone in the annals of the political world.
All right.
We've got a 13.
Okay.
With a bit of help. We've had to kind of bounce off some ideas and stuff. I'll go through it pretty quickly. Mike Cleary is our fullback, and he was he's quite old now, but he was actually one of the first guys. I think they said he was one of 4 people in Australia be a triple representative for Australia.
There you go.
He played rugby union, rugby league, and he was a 100-metre sprinter at the Commonwealth Games.
That's a fair effort.
And a politician. So he's a busy man. Okay, he's our fullback. The back line, Rod Jensen is running for the Senate this year, the kind of speedy winger fullback.
Former Adelaide Rams.
Yes. There's a bit of a Ram flavour in here, actually, when you think about it. Of course, Mal Meninga had an illustrious political career. Yep. For those who remember it. I don't know whether he'll remember it. He probably wouldn't forget it, but other people might have forgotten by now. Right. But I think he lasted one interview.
But I think he was the most, honest politician there's ever been.
Yeah,
Mal Meninga.
Yeah, I'd much prefer any Mal Meningas like that. That can just be up front and say, "I've had enough. I'm done." Anyway, centre. Actually, I don't know if we got a space there for centre. I might have missed a spot there, but Joel Fitzgibbon is our winger, the retiring member for Cessnock.
Yeah, okay.
Played for the Cessnock Goannas.
Yeah.
So his nephew plays for the Knights. Yep. And his brother, I think, played rugby league too at some stage as well. So it's quite a deep tradition in the Fitzgibbon family. Yeah. Our halves.
Oh, what about the other winger?
Yeah, I was saying I put Rod Jensen twice. I'm not really sure.
Was it the member for Hunter who was running the...
Oh, yes. What name was that again?
Brooke Vitnell.
Brooke Vitnell. Yeah. Now, word is on the street that Brooke Vitnell, who's running in the Hunter, used to play Ladies League Tag?
Yes, we believe... Not too sure, but we believe it was Malabula Panthers, or quite possibly the Raymond Terrace Ravens. Could have even been the Fingal Bay Bombies up there. But,
we're claiming it, and if we are claiming, there's another one you could actually vote for on the weekend. Someone who's a rugby league player.
It's great to see that we do our research here.
I know, thorough. Brooke, I'm sure she's a listener. I'm assuming. Let us know. So our halves. This is where it gets a bit looser. We've got Clive Palmer at 5'8", who definitely played for Southport. There's no photographic evidence, but I'm pretty sure.
We wanted a talking 5'8". So
that's right. Clive. Yeah, a running 5'8".
So
you imagine him.
Former Southport Tigers player. We've put him at 6.
He's got a deep association, at least with rugby league, because of his close association with Southport. Yeah. Halfback is Barnaby Joyce. Now, no one knows. I cannot find any evidence whether he played rugby league. We are just assuming that he played rugby league at some stage.
What I like is we've got 2 dominant halves there.
Yeah.
Clive Palmer and Barnaby Joyce. You'd swear they'd be both barking for the ball.
Yes, that's right. And some, I don't know who would run Mad Monday, but I'm sure one of them would. There'd be like, you've got to rely on your halves for that kind of leadership as well. Yeah. The forward pack, holy moly. We've got Glenn Lazarus, who had his own party. Yeah. There's even more so, the Glenn Lazarus party. One of the front rowers, Paul Ozzy Osborne. Yep. The other had a pretty long career in Canberra. Yeah. in their kind of parliament. I thought he ran the parliament down there at one stage. I'm not sure about that. But he then went on to have 13 kids. I don't know. When you have 13 kids, really got time to do anything.
Dominic Perrottet is
I know, yes. I don't know. There's something about it. Anyway, our hooker's Kerrod Walters, who is noted for his rugby league playing, but was also notably the deputy of the Glenn Lazarus party. The Glenn Lazarus
gets a Guernsey.
I had no idea. Another ram.
Another ram.
Ram. See, we got
and
rams.
He did the chicken dance celebration. That's probably one of the most famous Adelaide Rams moments.
And it's a shame because I don't think he got elected. He run for election. He could have incorporated that into some sort of like his maiden speech or something.
He should have.
He could have just done a little chicken dance. It would have been lovely. Now, how's this for a second row? Ian Roberts, who ran for Sydney City Council. So he's sort of like political career isn't massive, football career much bigger, but hey, he qualifies. Mario Fennick.
Oh, yes. What's Doing Party.
The What's Doing Party. I thought we'd be still talking about the What's Doing Party. Like they'd be the next Democrats or something. It never really happened.
I can't remember when it was he run, but I reckon I was still at high school.
Yeah.
And I was really devastated when went into polling booths because I was all set to vote for Mario Fennick, and of course he wasn't in my electorate. I'm just like,
just shattering. Well, I reckon, look, our lock and possibly our coach are probably two of the biggest names.
Yep.
Michael McCormick, who is the former deputy leader of Australia.
Yeah, okay.
So when Scotty Morrison would say go to Hawaii or something, he was our Prime Minister, like he's acting Prime Minister. And I think he was actually acting Prime Minister when ScoMo was in Hawaii.
Okay.
And he played for the Junee Diesels.
There you go.
And it's sort of pretty connected.
They might need him at the moment.
Yeah. I think there might be some sort of rumblings around getting some help from him because I think, they need a bit of help and he's still got a lot of influence and that kind of stuff. Coach, a guy that played probably not, his playing career was probably as big as Clive Palmer's, and I think he's physically as big as Clive Palmer, or was. Sir Michael Samare, I reckon he's the biggest get. He would be our coach because he was the former Prime Minister of Papua New Guinea.
Wow, yeah. And the international flavour.
And he then sort of retired from being Prime Minister and went on to be the president of the PNG Rugby League. So he loves the game. Yeah. There's a story that I read where he went as Prime Minister to watch a rugby league game that was reasonably big up in the Highlands, and he spent 3 days there. He just loved it so much. I think they weren't expecting him to stay 3 days. He was like, I just want to stick around you guys because you guys are rugby league and so am I.
Yeah.
And then he actually then, as Prime Minister, reinvented the SP Cup and kind of brought it to the modern. It was the most recent iteration of the SP Cup.
Yeah.
It was all over his doing as Prime Minister. So it's like, you imagine a world where any Prime Minister... Boris Johnson just says, stop, everyone. I'm not going to worry about the economy right now. I've got to fix up Super League.
Yeah.
Or ScoMo says, stop, everyone. We're going to work out who the 18th team's going to be in the NRRRL. I'm going to forget about the economy for a minute and we'll worry about that. It kind of happened in Papua New Guinea. So I think it's a pretty decent team.
Yeah, it is. The forward pack especially.
Very Queensland heavy because the Queensland's a bit mad and they like running for Parliament.
So Bob Catter never played rugby league.
I reckon... Bob could have been the CEO. You imagine him as the spokesperson or CEO.
And we've got a couple of referees too. The old days where you'd have to supply a referee to the club. So we've got two.
Yeah. Tim Mander.
Oh, three.
Yeah. I didn't. Yeah. I thought of Tim Mander on the way, and Graham Annesley's a famous one because he was a sports minister for New South Wales and left the NRRL refereeing ranks. And then now come back as CEO of the Titans and football operations in the NRL. So there's something about referees and politics as well, because there's not a lot of referees in Australia, but we've got, was it Barry Gomersall? I don't know that story.
The third one, yeah.
So he ran for Queensland maybe somewhere?
He might have been a senator too or something, yeah. And there's Senator Bob McAuliffe too, who's... so there's another one. He could be the CEO of politicians. So
we'll find a job for Bob Catter. And we'd need a commentator too, wouldn't we?
Oh, there's only one, isn't there?
Yeah. Well, Jason Costigan actually, who's commentated extensively, including New Zealand, but NRL, all over the show. You need a commentator, he's there kind of thing. And he was a senator in the Queensland Senate as well.
Yeah, there you go.
So we've covered almost every base. We don't have touchies, although I guess the leftover refs could have been touchies.
Yeah, they can fill in there. Yep.
I don't know who's running the bunker, but That's not a bad list. And I don't know, I guess we're making light of this and making a big deal of it because you'd be surprised that there would be that many connections in Canberra to rugby league. Yeah. Even some of the ones like Michael McCormick. It's sort of, I think rugby league does all right with infrastructure and stuff, but I think like so at least if every one of these guys could have, I don't know, just had pork barreled their local club, it would have been like if you're going to do some pork barreling and stuff, pick your local team that you used to play for, you know. It's sort of almost what Clive Palmer's done out of his own money. Yeah,
I just realised, I've been looking for my cap all week. I just noticed it's over there on the back of the shed. So it's amazing what you find off camera.
Yeah, you're talking about my cap?
No, your Werris Creek Magpies.
I've got a Werris Creek Magpies cap, all thanks to a friend of the show, Bailey Jai, who gifted me this. He had 3 or 4 of them, and I was like, I want one of those. It's fantastic. Try to collect every Magpie cap in the state, because we say there's a lot of Magpie teams.
Yeah, heaps.
Anyway, that's our political special.
Yeah, well done. And we're still on around the groups. Anything else, mate? Was it? That pretty much took up all your time.
Yeah, what we're light on is any promises or of funding for rugby league grounds in rural and regional New South Wales, which is kind of a bit of a shame. Like I think every election there's something that sticks, and sometimes if one side says, we're going to give money to this, and it creates a bit of momentum. There hasn't been much around sporting infrastructure or anything like that with either of the parties pushing for it.
Yeah, I know, is it Dan Rapaccioli? I probably pronounced that wrongly, but he's the candidate for Hunter. He's promised Cessnock all this stuff, but you got a few other clubs in your electorate, mate, that need a lot of help. One down the road, Curry, Macquarie Scorpions is another one. So, Cessnock's already got a new Butte Stadium. Nothing against the Goannas, but there's a few other clubs, and Abermain's another one, and a few of the smaller ones, Kersley, if they're still around, Kersley.
Yeah. And I guess that's the thing too, isn't it? Politicians might be wary of giving money to one club or another because, I mean, the only one I could really find were the Queanbeyan Roos have got $1 million, which is better than nothing. I'm not saying I'll take $1 million from anyone, including Adam McDougall with his handshake.
He's still trying.
But
he's getting free plugs every week.
I know. Yeah. But anyway, it's not a huge amount of money, but it's enough. They're building new change rooms at Freebody Oval, and they're creating women's change rooms, which nice for the ladies, which I think should be happening everywhere.
A nice camera platform would be nice there. So
well,
not shooting into the sun.
You've got 2 or 3 more days before the election. After that, they're not going to listen to you at all. So we need to get it in as soon as possible, sort of thing. So and I think Lynchfield in Northern Territory, I read it and then I couldn't find it again. They're getting a bit of an upgrade to their area. It's not just the rugby league ground, but they've got like a sporting precinct up there. Yeah. So, but apart from that, I mean, I guess there are a lot of regional clubs that have had a fair bit of a lot of upgrades when you look at it around the traps. But you're right; it's the smaller ones that seem to get ignored.
The bigger towns, like I think of Mudgee Dragons, they're brilliant facility. Yeah, they're probably in a different electorate. I'm not too sure, but Wellington Cowboys. Yeah, they could do with something. Maybe they were getting something.
And the bigger centres are getting the like Orange is getting a new stadium. Mudgee's got theirs. Bathurst gets plenty of funding. Apex Oval's been done up.
Albury Thunder, they need something there. There's great facilities at Wagga with McDonald's Park and Albury Thunder, they need something.
And I don't know whether it just comes with the political side of things that the parties look at it and think, well, you look at Blaney, Trangie, wherever. Oh, look, there's not a lot of voters in that town. What's the point? But it's a shame. One other thing is that the Group 9, just another one where I like to chuck out there and say, hey, other groups, this could be a good idea. They're doing a Challenge Cup this year.
Nice.
Which is not an old concept, but they've got an interesting way of doing it. Actually, I'm going to pick your brain because I don't know whether this is unique, new, never been done before. But first of all, they didn't have so Challenge Cup where, someone holds the cup and then they pass it on to they play someone. They have that in the Denton Engineering Cup. They did used to, didn't they? Where you had like a cup and it was passed around and at the end of the years, whoever still had it won.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that, but I think it's sort of to do with the old Mar Cup.
Yeah.
that they used to run down there.
Yeah.
And see, I think Tuman Gunner guy played for the Mar Cup earlier on.
Yeah.
And the other Group 9 clubs, hey, we want to play with this too. And and sort of, anyway, I think they've retired the Mar Cup. And so they're trying this out.
And what they said is they like this because it's more integrated into the comp, whereas Mar Cup was sort of an aside sort of thing.
Yeah.
So what happens is that they drew the team out of the hat who goes first. That was sort of funny. So first of all, who's the champion? Oh, you are, and it was Temora. And
there you go.
And Temora hold the Challenge Cup right now. Now, whoever plays Temora can get it off them, but they have to commit $1,000 before the game to say, yeah, we're challenging you.
Right. Okay. That's good.
And then whoever wins that game gets $1,000.
Yeah.
So Temora gets their money back and stuff.
Yeah.
And they get their money back if they beat Temora, and then it just continues on like that. And then at the end of the season, whoever's got it gets $5,000 from the comp.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about, like, if you're a poor club struggling to make ends meet, it's a bit like you can't. Sorry, guys, only the rich clubs. Like Waggaroos had a crack at it on the weekend. They lost 30 points to 12.
So if I'm running a club, I'm just going to try and get in a few ring-ins before the June 30 deadline. And then
you're talking.
When you win the trophy, you up the price. Like, no, it's not $1,000, $5,000, guys. Come and take it.
Yeah, it just seems it's my kind of gambling where you just rock up with your $1,000 at right we're on. But it's interesting. It's an interesting way of doing it because normally in these things, from my memory, it was just automatic. Like whoever played that, the holder of the cup could win it that day. Yeah. But you could also just keep your powder dry and say, no, I don't think we've got injuries. Yeah. It's raining. We're not going to do it today. Yeah. So I guess that's kind of okay too. And I guess it's a money spinner. If you hold the cup, and someone challenges 3 or 4 times in a couple of months, it's $3 or $4 in your pocket kind of thing. So anyway, that's around the groups from me. But it was, I don't know. It's an idea that you could put out there as a thing that other comps could do. I'm just not sure whether it would just end up that the rich clubs kind of have a crack at it all the time, and the poor clubs go, we might do it once in a year. We play them twice or whatever. We might do it once if we can. And there'd be some clubs, I reckon, that couldn't do it at all. There'd be some clubs, we don't have $1,000 spare just to hand over and gamble on the thing. But
you got a sort of rich benefactor or something out there. Clive Palmer of Southport. He's going, one in on this. I'll fly the guys down.
Bring it on. But anyway,
well done, Group 9.
Yeah, Group 9. I just like even if it's not that, they could other groups can maybe put a twist on that idea. But I like the idea.
Yeah, awesome. I've just got one little thing for around the groups. Leo Dinover, the former Newcastle Knights halfback, who pretty much helped the Knights get to the grand final. A lot of people forget that. But he's helping out the Cardiff Cobras in a coaching role. So it's great to see a former NRRRL player come back and help a local club, second division club in Newcastle. Yeah. And it's sort of good. You see those guys that it's one of those situations where no doubt Leo will get as much out of this as they will. Yeah. It's great to get people back into the game that may have had a break after their career but have something to contribute. It's fantastic. Yeah. And also just one other thing, Lakes United Seagulls, they're celebrating 75 years. And we'll put the dates up there. They've got a gala ball happening at the 16-footers very soon. Mrs. found this in the op shop. So that's 40-year anniversary port. Yeah. It's still got stuff in it. We'll be drinking it in our last episode, I reckon, for the year. That's pretty remarkable. It'd be actually something the club might want to have a look at. I don't know, just to in this anniversary year, because that's pretty rare. Yeah. It's fantastic. Don't drop it. Yeah. So that's around the groups for this week, is it? Yeah. Also, I just say Lakes United put out a team of their 75 years. Yeah. Maybe they're going to or something like that. So that'll be interesting because there'll be great players that have come through the grades. Plenty. And they're probably lucky to have good, decent junior clubs like Ballantyne Libana and that kind of stuff that have filtered those players into the local team. But no, it's a real. Talk about what are some of those cliches? It's a real kind of heartland for rugby league out that way. Yeah, it is. And they entered the comp in 1947. Yeah, and won it their first year. Wow, jeez, can't ask for more than that. No. Yep, that's around the groups for me. All right, well, we'll wrap it up. So we'll go this week. Fixtures in Rugby League Gold Coast, round 7. Runaway Bay host Burleigh Bears. Currumbin at home to Mudgee Bar Redbacks. Ormo travel to Tugun. And Southport at home to Helensvale. Any of those tickle your fancy?
I think, the Runaway Bay and Bears will be interesting. Like Runaway Bay, quality team, the Bears are leading the comp. But, if anyone's going to give them a nudge, I still think the Bears can have their off days. They almost really did this week, didn't they? So it's they might be due for a loss, and Runaway Bay seem to be in pretty decent form too.
Round 4 of Illawarra Rugby League. Fingers crossed they get a full round in down there. They've been smashed. Cronulla, Caringbah at home to Helensburgh. West Illawarra take on Corrimal. Thuril at home to Collies. That'll be a big one, that one.
Yeah.
And De La Salle host Dapto.
Yeah, I'd have to say Thuril and Collies will be an interesting game to watch.
Then we go to round 8 of the Denton Engineering Cup, the Newcastle Rugby League. We've got Wyong hosting Macquarie. I hope one of them teams can wear different jerseys, otherwise it'll be very hard to pick. Wests are at home to Lakes. South travel up to Maitland. That will be a very good game.
Yeah.
The entrance host Cessnock. That is the Tui's match of the round. And Central are at home to Curry Curry.
Yeah, like I said, Souths are kind of... That's not Smokies, but they're just under the radar a little bit. They're just etching out some wins here and there. They didn't start massively strongly throughout the year, but they're finding some pretty interesting form, so it'll be a great game. Yeah,
and we'll just flick the page because there's plenty happening. NRRRL, that fingers crossed too, round 5 up there. So Lower Clarence host Northern United, Evans Head and Mullumbimby, Kyogle v Bilambil, but Byron Bay against Coogin, that will be a beauty.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you don't pick that, I'm picking that as a great game to get to watch this week.
Canberra Rugby League, round 6. Tuggeranong host West Belconnen. Yass travel to Queanbeyan Kangaroos. Goulburn City at home to Woden Valley. And Belconnen United and the Queanbeyan Blues do battle.
The obvious ones, Tuggeranong and West Belconnen, will be a cracker of a game, but I really want to see Goulburn Woden Valley. I think it'll be a great game as well.
Well, it's 1v2. Yeah. Tuggeranong v West Bell and 3v4.
Yeah. It's like a semi-final kind of matchup. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah, and you've got 8v9, Kangaroos and Yass.
Yeah. No, it'll be good. That'll be, actually, if you're trying to pick what to watch on BarTV, that'll be a contender. Comp.
Katrina Fenning Shield, round 4 now. Unfortunately, they had the Magic round last week. It got washed out.
Yeah.
But they're back round 4 this weekend, and probably the pick there is Goulburn City hosting Woden Valley. Woden Valley, the new team, who've just been absolutely flogging their opposition. Yeah. And they come up against a tough team, Goulburn City.
And you'd hope that they get that Magic round concept back later in the year. It's a drag that it was called off, and it was the timing of that. Yeah. I think they thought it was appropriate because of the timing of those rep games. So hopefully they find another slot to stick it in.
I think they do. It could be mid-June.
Yeah, good.
Yeah,
that'd be great to watch.
Serves me. Group 7, Albion Park, Milton Ulladulla. The Battle of Shell Harbour, the Stingrays v the Sharks.
Yeah.
Kai Emma v Gerringong. And we got Nowra v Jamboree, and Warilla take on Berry. It's just very hard to read my handwriting. I scribbled that.
I'm doing all right. Yeah, some interesting matches up there as well. Probably the Shell Harbour battle will be worth the one worth watching. Well, mate, that's pretty much it. We've just got Dylan, my greyhound, here between executive producer Dylan.
I think he's trying to say, look, hurry up, it's dinner time.
We need to explain what we're doing below the bench sometimes. We're just patting a puppy.
But as we always say, if you've got any news or stuff coming up, events, gala days, anniversaries like Lakes have got, let us know. Either drop a comment in the comment section, obviously. Send us a message or go to send an email to rugbyleague@bartvsports.com.au. There's heaps of ways you can get a hold of us. Mate, that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's about it for the day. It's been a funny old week because, like you say, there's been some washed out games, but it'll probably mean there'll be some catch up games later in the year. It'll make it a very congested and awesomely busy rest of the year. Just lastly, though, the Politician 13. You got any colours? Oh, that's a good question. Brown maybe would be in there. I don't know. I'm thinking the brown noses. That could be the name of them. We need a mascot too, don't we? Yeah. The brown-nosed wombats. Certainly their halves would resemble it. But the wobbegons or something. Yeah. I don't know. We'll have to work that out. We're going to logo, do the whole thing. Yeah.
We'll try to get them all in the room at the same time, which I don't think is going to happen, but that'd be interesting.
Well, I'll speak to Clive. He might be able to organise something.
Yeah. Post-election.
Yeah.
When he doesn't have a job. I know he'll have a job. Yeah. He never loses his job, does he?
No, we mightn't have a job after this. All right, that's the end of the CRL show for this week. Paul Arundale, Jeff Stevenson signing out. We'll catch you next week.
Cheers.